This is Norio Hayakawa. I take a very healthy, skeptical position when it comes to UFOs, aliens, and conspiracies without becoming a debunker. Now, mind you that I am still very open. I still keep an open stance on everything because life itself, as well as death, is still a mystery, and there could be things in this world that we still do not understand. We still do not know fully what reality is. Physical reality may not be the only reality. For all we know, there could be other realities that coexist with us. Now, I'm not recanting, but I'm simply taking a more rational approach to ufology as well as to the never-ending speculations about global conspiracies. My favorite quote is from an English comic book writer, Alan Moore, who said that, quote, "The main thing that I learned from conspiracy theory is that conspiracy theorists actually believe in a conspiracy theory because that is more comforting. The truth is that the world is chaotic. It is not the Jewish banking conspiracy or the gray aliens or the 12-foot reptilians from another dimension that are in control. The truth is more frightening. That is, that nobody is in control. The world is rudderless," unquote. Now, I have spent more than 50 years in ufology. I first got involved in UFO research from around 1961, and from 1988, I spent 10 years investigating Area 51 in Nevada. I also spent many years, from 1988, attempting to investigate and getting to the bottom of the never-ending allegations that there is an underground base in Dulce, New Mexico. I reside in New Mexico and visit the Dulce area from time to time. But I have recently come to a sobering personal conclusion that there doesn't appear to be any single, solid, tangible, and irrefutable documentary evidence whatsoever that we have ever been or are being visited by physical extraterrestrial aliens in physical alien spacecraft of any kind. Yet, the UFO phenomenon seems to be real. And yes, so many questions still remain. But to conclude that we are being visited by physical aliens in physical spacecraft of some kind seems like a stretch to me. My late beloved mother was a staunch skeptic about flying saucers and used to make fun of me for being interested in flying saucers when I was growing up. But in 1975, I was so astonished when she excitedly informed me that she had witnessed a flying saucer that instantaneously appeared over a train station in Yokohama, Japan during broad daylight and simply vanished in a couple of seconds. She described the object as a typical flying saucer with a dome attached to it, just like the ones you see in comic books and in science fiction movies. Now, do I believe her sighting? Yes, definitely. When I was growing up, my father used to tell me of his sighting of a strange greenish ball of fire slowly maneuvering itself over the Bay of Yokohama, Japan, while he was night fishing. That was one summer night, either in 1947 or 1948, according to my late father. Now, do I believe his sighting? Yes, definitely. In the early 1990s, I even had a few sightings of things I couldn't readily identify. Now, there are tens of thousands of first-hand personal accounts of people who claim to have witnessed what they could only describe as UFOs, and this includes highly qualified individuals. But to conclude that what they had witnessed was a physical spacecraft piloted or maneuvered by physical aliens seems to be a stretch to me. Now, I'm in total agreement with Dr. Jacques Vallee, one of the world's most highly respected researchers, who stated that the UFO phenomenon seems to be real. But he also stated that to hastily jump to the conclusion that it is an indication of physical extraterrestrial visitation is premature. The belief that from time immemorial UFOs have presented and continue to present extraterrestrial visitations remains persistent among a segment of the population. But we must also take into consideration that some folks do not seem to be able to separate two distinct thoughts. One is the conjecture that there are probably other civilizations elsewhere in the universe and that we are not alone. Most scientists and astronomers seem to support this speculation, including myself. However, it is a totally different matter when it comes to the topic of whether such civilizations have ever physically visited or are visiting our Earth. Even Stephen Hawking, one of the most brilliant minds of our time, while supporting the likelihood that we are not alone in this vast universe, confidently stated that no aliens have ever come to Earth in UFOs. Now, I have nothing against some of those who are in the so-called paranormal or paranoia industry, such as TV producers, booksellers, authors, promoters, and conference speakers that continue to benefit from a segment of the population's persistent beliefs in UFOs, aliens, and conspiracies, because I respect everyone's right to make a living somehow. I myself maintain my personal belief in God the Creator, but that is simply my personal religious belief, which I keep to myself. Like I stated in the beginning, this world we live in is still a mystery. There could be other realities that have always coexisted with us and continue to coexist with us. However, we still do not know for sure. This controversy will go on and on because, let's face it, it is all part of America's and the world's UFO subculture, which I'm a part of, even though I'm not too fond of the word subculture, which is the mainstream description, and by further extension, a part of human belief system. Once again, the bottom line to me is that it is all about beliefs. This is Norio Hayakawa in Rio Rancho, New Mexico.